Welcome, 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 one and all, to our moment here together. A precious moment where we get to move from fear to love, experientially in this moment, here together and now. I welcome you from around the world. We have people joining from all around the world in all different walks of life, all different beliefs and backgrounds, join together in this interest, passion, commitment to live a life of love. And as we dive in here, if you feel called, I invite you to drop into the chat where you're coming from, say hello, just so we can connect on this global community. This is one of my favorite parts of getting to be together in this work is the extraordinary people I get to be in here side by side with. If I'm meeting you for the first time this evening, my name is Triveni Das. I'm based right now out of Naples, Florida. I'm the managing director of Ma, a monk, and one of the Ma teachers, and it's my joy to get to be the host and welcome you to today's call. In addition to myself, I have several other extraordinary Ma teachers that I'll be introducing in a moment. Coming back to the chat here, I see truly a global community. I don't know if you can see all of this here in the chat, but all across the US, Europe, Australia, Canada. Oh, this is awesome. Japan, Trinidad. We are truly a global community. And if this is your first time joining us for any activity in our global community, I just want to give you a heartfelt, warm welcome. And you may be asking yourself, well, what is this about? And what are we here to dive into this evening? Well, as I spoke to, yes, it's about love. And it's also about this inner revolution that is occurring, where the old us doesn't fit anymore. We could say our tolerance for living as we have been is getting less and less and less. And we're ready for something new. And let me know if this resonates for you. Yes, where perhaps there's a restlessness, perhaps there's a sense of dissatisfaction in aspects of our lives. Perhaps old patterns of ways of being either don't get the same rewards that they used to, or just don't make us feel good anymore. We don't feel good about that. We're yearning for, we're ready for something new. And it may not be a known world, may not know exactly what that looks like, but there's something that's kind of moving inside of us that is ready for something new. Perhaps there's a sense of fogginess at times, or even irritation of, something doesn't fit me anymore. Well, I want to share a moment that I had this morning that was very metaphorical and very kind of profound for me. So many of you know Heather, our director of operations. She also lives here in Naples, Florida. So I was having a meeting over at Heather's house. She has a lanai, and so we can see the backyard there. And we're here in Florida. And Heather's like, check this out, there's a snake. And it was really cool because there's a rat box outside of her house, which is one of those boxes that rats go into, never emerge from again. It's very sad. But there's a snake that had come out of the rat box and was making its way into the bush there, and its skin was left behind. So it's like part of the skin was still in the box, and it was coming out of its old skin and emerging out of the old skin and going into the bush like that. And you can see it just kind of was like shaking like this to kind of get the old skin off. And I was looking at this and reflecting on it later of our conversation today of this idea of transformation, of releasing something that no longer fits us, whether that's limiting beliefs, perceptions of ourselves, contractions in our mind, relationships, whatever that might be that's holding us back and emerging in something new. And here this snake is literally doing that, where it's the old skin is tight, right? It's uncomfortable. It doesn't fit anymore. It's loose around the edges. And so it had to kind of grab it onto something and then pull itself out of that skin and move into a new world. And then it moved into this bush and it crawled up on top of the bush. And now it's living its best life without the old skin and enjoying the bush. And there's lovely flowers on the bush. I'm sure I wasn't noticing that, right? But really in the beauty of getting to experience life without the old contraction around us. Well, that's the invitation, not only for today and this moment that we have together, but in our lives right now, so that we can be optimistic, we can be joyful, we can be powerful no matter what is going on in the outer world. And yes, the revolution is taking place in the outer world as well, but that our inner world we can have those moments of peace. We can be the creators of our state, of our experience of life. And the foundations of that become awareness, and it become the practical application of different techniques to allow us to shift our state. So our moment today is going to be focused on that, going from that contraction, the old skin, to love, to expansion, to joy, to those states that we all enjoy, that we all want to live our life in. Now, one other element I want to say here before passing it to the other teachers is, and this is something I've learned again and again and again in studying with Her Holiness Jagadguru Saima, is that we as humans love our comfort zone. We love our familiarity. We love the known. We love our repetitive habits and ways of being. Maybe not on a conscious level, but it's programmed into us. And so when anything's out of the norm, there's it becomes uncomfortable, dissonance in our equilibrium, and it becomes uncomfortable. And yet, in this game of transformation, in this reducing our tolerance for suffering and limitation of how we've known ourselves, it requires the courage to step out of our zone of comfort. It requires the audacity to step out of our old habits and ways of being. And so my invitation for you today is to answer the question sincerely, am I willing to step out of my comfort zone to live an extraordinary life? And if the answer is yes to that, then sit up and engage with what these teachers have to offer us. Each one in their own domain has decades of experience of guiding people to live extraordinary lives, to transform out of fear, to live a life of love. And we're going to be offering so much in this next hour to give you that opportunity, and then inviting you to join us even further in December when we have our 4-day program, our spiritual revolution here in Florida. And I'll share more about that at the end. But if today's taste resonates for you, we'll invite you to go even deeper. So really take a moment, take a breath, release anything that's in the way of you just getting to be present here and now. Again, inhale. Exhale. Shake if you need to a little bit, just so we can open up to be here fully, to receive fully what's available. And so in joining me today, we have the extraordinary Mary Seiss, Doug Fisher, Dayananda Das, and Jivan Das. Each one is extraordinary teachers that have been teaching for so long. And the first teacher I'll invite onto the stage here is Mary Seiss, an international speaker, author, healer extraordinaire, and I could go on and on and on. And so now I'll turn it over to you, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Tavini. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Are you ready for this? Thumbs up. Are we ready to go? Or yeah, well, I just want to sit back and chill out. And not happening, huh? Great, great, great. So I'm going to start very similar to what Travini just shared. And I want you to think about this. What if the fear that you might be feeling right now, it isn't even a problem to fix? It's a power. And it's a power for you to harness. All of us have been taught to ignore it, to push it away. Oh no, I'm not afraid, to suppress it. And it shows up in so many different ways, but we keep suppressing it. Or we think we're wrong, or we think we're not evolved enough. Oh, I should be further. Anybody think that thought when you get all stressed out about something? Oh, I've done this. Why aren't I further? I already dealt with this. Has anybody thought that thought? Oh, no, I've already dealt with this. And yet, again and again, these opportunities, I want you to look at fear from a different angle, not to suppress it, to use it as information, not as a stop sign or to try to tell it to stop, but to see it really as a signal. It's a signal. Think of your mind like an iceberg. Most of what's going on with you and me and all humans is in the subconscious mind. It's below your consciousness. The top part of the iceberg is the part that you're aware of. And there's some scientists who say we're only really aware of 5% of what's really going on. Now, I know you're all, enlightened and all that. And maybe you get to go to 10%, okay? But the bottom line is there's so much going on in you. And what happens when you're scared? What happens when the fear comes to the surface? What it's signaling to you is there's something that's coming to your conscious mind. You're becoming conscious of it. I'm scared. And it's a real opportunity not to suppress it back down, like get out of here, lock it in the closet. It's to look at it and invite it to reveal itself to you, to reveal the message, to go even deeper with it, to embrace it. But the first step is you have to, and Ma has taught us this, we have to be aware. You have to be aware something's stirring in that pot in there. Something's stirring. Something's coming up. I'm feeling agitated. I'm afraid. I'm feeling fear in me. Sometimes it's panic. It's up to that level. Some of us have terror in us. And sometimes the terror is what it's doing is it's suppressing down the rage that might be in there or the violence that might be in there that we don't really want to look at. We don't want to admit is in there. But until you let it come to surface, that's when we can transmute. It's alchemy. It's alchemy. And as Trivini was sharing, we like to stay in our comfort zone. Let's talk about the brain for a minute. The brain is wired for you to survive. It codes things. And where it really gets scared is when there's uncertainty or you don't know what's going to happen. That's where it gets really freaking out. It codes new things as wrong just to keep you safe. And I'll give you a good example. How many of you have your seat at the dinner table and somebody comes and sits in your seat and all of a sudden you find yourself like agitated? Like, wait a minute, that's my seat. Like your brain is getting all wangy because they're in your seat. Get out of my seat. What are you doing in my seat? Or you have your own seat on the couch where you sit, where you watch TV and you're used to the seat. And somebody sits in your seat and you almost want to like, get out of my seat. You can get angry and agitated. That's your brain. It's wired like that to keep things simple for you because new things, it could be dangerous. Okay. So we're all wired this way. There's nothing wrong with any of us. It's just we're wired this way. Unless, of course, you're an alien and that you did not put that on your registration form. I'm going to assume that you're not. So you're wired like this. Don't pretend you're not. Don't act like you're all above that. It's wired like that. New is coded as wrong. Different is wrong. This is why we get so agitated when people don't think like we think and we're arguing with people. So I want you to see fear as normal and as an opportunity to go deeper. So you're going to accept that it's there. That's the first stage. Or acknowledge that it's there. Excuse me, acknowledge it's there. It's come to the surface. Then the second step is you're going to accept that it's there. Stop resisting, stop being, all enlightened and all that. Just accept it's in there. And the third step is you're going to welcome it because it's an energy that's waiting to be transmuted. It's waiting to be transformed. And you're the only one who can do it. So you accept it's there, you acknowledge it, and now you're going to harness it. So you take it in and you bring it in fully. And the best question to always ask yourself is, where have I seen this before? What does this remind me of? What am I really afraid of? I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid of being abandoned. I'm afraid of being shamed. I'm afraid they'll find out I'm unworthy. So you see it showing you that there's an energy underneath it. I'm afraid of my anger. I'm afraid I'm an imposter. And so if you allow that, when you welcome the fear and you listen to it, just listen to it, it will reveal itself to you what's there. What am I really afraid of? Now, most of these things are from your childhood. They're not from today. Look at when you were a kid, it was terrible to be alone. Right now, don't you wish you had a week by yourself somewhere on a beach? I mean, like, who doesn't need that, right? So it's fine to be alone now. I could use a day alone, right? But as a child, it was too much. Maybe you got sent to your room. Maybe you got blasted. It doesn't matter, but that's where the fear goes. And so as you welcome this and you bring the fear into your heart and you bring the fear of rejection in there or the fear being abandoned, whatever it is, Saima has taught us that your heart is this powerful, powerful, powerful vortex. It's so powerful. You are so powerful. And if you could bring that into your heart and not resist it, just welcome it. Now you have the power to transmute it and turn it into light and turn it into love. This is the power that's within each and every one of us to transmute these energies and then to just, you'll feel yourself expand and you'll move to the next level. It's like your soul is saying, come here, come. So it's an opportunity. See the fear as a catalyst. This will help me get to the next version of me. One of my most beautiful memories of a time with Ma was we were together and Ma was getting ready to offer darshan. And I was with Ma and I said to Ma, when Baba told you to go to the United States, like when you were sent here to to serve in the United States, I said, did you ever know? Because I never know what Ma knows. Does anybody else feel that way sometimes? Like, what does she really know? And so I said, did you know that this was going to happen? Like you'd be giving darshan to thousands? And Ma looked at me and she said, no, I had no idea. But I trusted my guru. And it was very meaningful. It struck me. And my prayer became, let me have that level of faith that all is well, that things will work out. And as Ma often says to us, put your faith in faith, not in fear. And so I really invite you to welcome the fear, go deeper with the fear. To transform energy, it doesn't mean you've got to be perfect about it. It doesn't require perfection. It just requires that you be present. And it requires that you really go inside and go deeper and listen. What is this trying to show me? What is it revealing for me to transmute in me? Even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. And so now I'm going to pass you over to Doug Fisher, who's going to talk with you about the simplicity and the power of choosing love. Om JJ Saima.
Om JJ Saima. What it's great because I've heard Mary say things like that many times and it's always new. And one of the things I think that's very powerful in Mary's saying is the not resisting whatever surfaces. And there was a period where I recall Ma saying over and over again, it's all okay. And when shifting from fear to love, that kind of a transformation for ourselves starts with, as Mary's saying, dropping any resistance to what we may be feeling, the energies in us, which is first acknowledging it, as Mary said, and then accepting it. And I'd like to for a moment, if you to bring to mind something that may have happened to you earlier today or yesterday where you had some reaction. You were contracted in some way. You were angry, you were frustrated. I can think of just going in traffic is an easy one for me. Certain calls I was on where there was one earlier today was like a little pissed off at someone because of what they said on the call. But bring that to mind and begin to just feel that emotion, feel that energy. And start by acknowledging that you have that energy in you. Sometimes, for me, taking a breath helps with that. And then accepting it, not resisting it, like allowing it to be there. And for me, one of the things that helps with that is compassion for myself and for the energy. It's an energy. It's not you. It's not me. It's an energy that's within us, but it's not us. And allowing ourselves compassion for it, accepting that that energy is there and that is an energy. And then, as Mary said, welcoming that energy into the heart, the vortex of our heart, but really welcoming it, embracing it. And then another deep breath. And when you do that, what happens? You can write in chat, what happens when you do that? When you actually allow for it, accept it, acknowledge it, accept it, welcome it, what happens in your system? What happens in your heart when you do that? Yes, calms down. Yes, thanks, Terry. Relax, surrender. Yes, that's a transformation. It's not merely a change. It's not like you're going to change that emotion, that energy that was there. We transform it in the power of our heart, in the power of love. And it can be that simple. For me, the most challenging part is dropping the resistance. Dropping like the fight of it and allowing myself to feel what I might not have wanted to feel. And compassion for ourselves, for the energy, my view helps immeasurably. So there's a certain simplicity. And the thing that's, again, what Mary was saying, I think was so wonderful about the fear allows for a transformation. I mean, Be nice if everything was all sunshine and roses all the time, right? Although I don't, hasn't been the case so far, right? Uh, the great opportunity is we get to, I don't know how to say it, like exercise our ability to transform in those moments. And that's when life becomes particularly rich. And when I read what people wrote, like feeling peace, the heart opens. That's when life is juiciest in those moments. And we can then express that. And then at some point, something will happen. We'll get triggered again. And then it's an opportunity to transform. Now, here's another question. When you've witnessed someone else have that kind of a transformation, what's the impact on you? What do you notice? Like what happens to you? And likely you've been in programs with Ma or otherwise where you've seen people have a transformation, or in life you've witnessed someone have a transformation, or someone has shared about having a transformation. Yes, it awakens something in us. And here's the thing that's great. When we do that, not only are we serving ourselves, when we transform, when we take a fear, acknowledge, accept, welcome it, we transform that into love. It benefits the people around us too. If you look at all that's been going on the planet, and what, some of what Tremaine and us talked to, and Mary pointed about the uncertainty that we don't like, and there's a lot of uncertainty these days. The more we transform ourselves in moment to moment, make that subtle but powerful shift, the more it serves everyone else in what we're going to. So I'm going to turn it over to our beloved Dayanandas, who will take us even further.
You are so magnificent, so profoundly unique. I'm looking through the screens of a lot of people we are together here today, amazed by you. And within you, there is a powerhouse. Within you, there is a vortex. Within you, yes, there is that place that is wired for survival. Doesn't want anything different. That's correct. Yet there's another place within you, isn't it? Within you, there is that vortex of transformation, of love, of revolution. It's the most powerful revolution in creation. It's that immense Shakti, energy, love that can shift the whole world, shifts the whole world. It is in you. It is in us. We forget. Or we simply don't pay attention. So let's take it. If you may, with me, for a moment, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and take a deep breath, a breath that you feel that you're pulling all of you inward. Just feel that breath. The breath is the bridge, the body of the mind with the energy, with light, with love. Use that breath. Another breath. Ownership of your breath, of your attention, another breath for yourself. You can say, I'm gathering my mind, I'm gathering my emotion, I'm gathering my energy, I'm gathering my attention. And another breath. If you would, all of us together, bring your attention into the area of your chest, to your heart. That is a revolution. The moment you choose to shift your attention inwardly from everything you're aware, it's okay. Yet I am taking a breath inward. Your precious, precious heart. Acknowledge your heart and all of its layers, my precious, my beloved, beloved, beloved heart. All of my attention is towards you now. And I know, I've heard of, I've been told maybe even that within my heart, there is the powers of revolution, of liberation, of transmutation, of transformation of life. Look at it. Your eyes are turning inwardly for a moment, looking, searching, piercing deep, deep in your heart chakra, or your heart muscle. There is a light there, and ask for it to open another window, another door, and give yourself permission, my dear. Give yourself permission to be pulled in. Let us all together a deep inhale and exhale sigh. Release. We say, allow to be pulled into the heart. And not because we hold on for so many things. We hold on, we just want to hold on to life to make sure everything is okay. But it's okay. Now, in this moment, we are held. Another breath. A deep exhale. Relax. The body relax. Shoulders relax. Belly relax. I relax and I give permission to my heart to shine. Dropping into the heart. Deeper and deeper. There's a light, a star, a beacon. Go to it. If you may, together, all of us, ignite. Tell your heart, ignite. My light, ignite. The revolution within me of love, ignite. I give you permission. I activate you. Ignite. The universe hears you. The cosmos hears you. Your entire being hears you. Spirit hears you. Life hears you. Life is a revolution. Life is an evolution. Let it shine. And if you may, with me together, I invite you to use the power of the breath for 1 minute. Together, we'll breathe with more power. The breath has the power to touch the life force of creation. Imagine that there's two beams of light through your nose, and you breathe in that light of life of the creation into your heart. Okay, it's strong. It's a deep breath. We're going a little bit beyond the comfort zone. Yes, let's inhale it. Yes, and inhale it with a smile, with a joy, like like when you're drinking this best drink, the best cafe latte, the best whatever you like, the best soda. You're inhaling, drinking it. Yeah, I see you smiling. It's okay. You can smile on this path. Meditation is not a serious thing. Smile on this light. 30 seconds with me. Yes, more light. Invoke the light. Call on the light of life, of creation, whatever it is in your tradition. You know there is a power there in the world. 5, 6 more breaths with me, everybody. Yes. Stronger light, stronger light. Okay, great. One more into your heart, deep within. Hold it in your heart. Exhale and allow star, the light is shining in your heart to expand. Just allow it for a moment in stillness. Just allowing. And a gentle breath. Perhaps even you take one of your hands and touch your heart, your chest, and this preciousness, so precious. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge yourself. Creating new pathways in your brain, in your awareness. Inner revolution within. Gently, gently, if you may, allow your eyes to open. Gently be aware of your mind, your body, the space. Look at the screen, look at everyone, perhaps scroll, be present with you, what is being transformed, shifted by you. Oh, grace, your action, your heart, love. So precious.
notice what it's like right now in this moment to be connected to yourself. Notice what it's like to be in this relationship with yourself. And if you'll join me, beautiful, thank you. Join me in acknowledging what it takes to be in this moment on a path of transformation. There's one quality to me that raises to the surface, comes to the surface, and that's courage. Every single person who's practicing with us, every one of us is practicing courage. It takes something to face ourselves because does anyone feel like this kind of transformational work is easy? Any raised hands there? I'm gonna actually look around a little bit here. Anybody? Any raised hands? No? Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll try next time. Well, I was not raising my hand either. Oh, Benjamin. All right. All right, my friend. Wow. Well, here's how it is for me. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's a very important distinction in my life because even though it felt very easy when Dayanand was sharing his beautiful heart and preciousness in her heart, I mean, that was pretty easy. That was really nice. Really nice. Thank you. It was also simple, but I want to tell you a story of how it wasn't so easy just a day ago. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little secret. Don't tell anybody that I told you this, though. Okay. I was really annoyed the other day. Really annoyed, you know? And like Doug, I sometimes get annoyed in traffic. What's hilarious about this story is that I chose to be annoyed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jivan Das, you can just choose to not be annoyed, you know, do your mantra. It's always a choice, you know, it's like Ma's teachings. Trevani's taught it, Doug's taught it, Mary's taught it. Every moment's a choice. Just choose differently, Jivan Das. You know, I could hear all of them, you know, right on my shoulder, lovingly reminding me. Just choose. It's just a choice. So you know what I did? I chose. I chose differently. I was like, you know what? I'm really annoyed right now because there's a lot of traffic and I want to get somewhere and there's all this traffic and you know what? It's annoying. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm choosing to be annoyed right now. So, you know what I did? I took a breath and I realized, no, I'm annoyed. And I welcomed that annoyance into my heart and I relaxed. And I looked out at all these cars and everyone else was pretty clearly annoyed as well. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to be annoyed. And guess what happened? Put in the chat if you can guess what happened. Let's see here. Let's get some good ideas. This is a good story. Any ideas? What happened? Oh, decision. That's a good teaching, Kelly. Thank you. The distinction between decision and choice. Yeah. You ascended? No, I'm still here. Still here. So shifted. Okay. You were in. Okay. Someone rear-ended you. Wow. These are traffic subsided. This is great. Wow. These are great ideas. Well, you know what I was? I was still annoyed. You know, still totally annoyed. You know what made I was even more annoyed? You want to know why? Guess why? Good, Deborah. Nice prediction. I was more annoyed. Well, I was more annoyed because not only had the annoyance not shifted, I was annoyed that I was annoyed. You know, I'm a monk, man. I'm a Mahamandeleshwar, bro. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So then I noticed that I was annoyed, And you know what I did? I made a choice. You know what that choice did? Nothing. It did nothing. I was still annoyed. So this is the theme of the story. I spent the next 30 minutes in traffic just realizing that I was annoyed. You know, I accepted it. I welcomed it in my heart. Did it make it better? Not really, you know? But I got to tell you, at the end of the night, this is an important moment for me. I've always been this way since I was a child. At the moment that I put my head down to sleep, I don't know why this happens, but I always go through, um, what do you call it? Like a reel of the day. It just happens naturally. I like the day just kind of goes through in my head and I kind of recall what happened throughout the day. And since I've been in this transformational path for almost 20 years, the way that I see the day now is what did I learn? You know, what was the lesson? What were the things that, how can I be better? You know, what did I say to someone or not say to someone that I missed an opportunity or maybe I hurt somebody? Or how could I have been better? That's the theme of the reel that I have at the end of the night now. And I was laying there in my bed and I was thinking about how annoyed I was and how I couldn't really shift it and how I was more frustrated that I couldn't shift it and that it didn't shift. And even though like I was laying in bed, it was better, but it was still just I was unsettled. And how to describe it? There was a there was and there is right now a moment of vulnerability. You know, I was really touched, and I think about a lot of us in moments like that, and how hard life can really feel sometimes. Not life, but the experience of life. How the experience of life can be really hard, and it can feel hard, and it doesn't always feel like that beautiful meditation that Dayanand led us in. It feels challenging, even though it's an opportunity, right? And it is an opportunity, but it feels challenging. It feels hard. And I realized in that moment, and more so now than in that moment, that those moments that I know every single one of us on this call has experienced, both the hardship and the relief, when that relief comes, it's an act of courage. We can look back and we can see, you know what? I stuck with it. I did the best that I could. And when we look back, and for me, it happens naturally, and this is something that we can actually take on, is at the end of your day, just spend a few moments being with yourself. You don't have to meditate. Just spend a few moments being with yourself in silence. The eyes closed, even if you have a partner next to you or something and something next to you, take a moment and just be with yourself and see what arises from within your heart. So simple. Don't have to do a mantra, don't have to do any breath work, you don't have to do anything. And just see what emerges from within you, from your heart. Because there's such a power that just emerges in this transformational work from this revolution that's happening inside of us. And when we spend those vulnerable moments with ourselves, that wisdom of tenderness can bring us something so beautiful and unique. And that's that moment that Triveni was describing where the snake molts or sheds its skin, right? And like Triveni was describing, that snake was slithering around and it was kind of grinding on the bush, and, on the sides of things. And he was describing this beautiful emergence at the top of the flowery bush. And while it may not always feel comfortable, transformation is happening in those moments. So, what I welcome for each of us is to take a moment and just honor our courage. The fact that you're on this call or you're listening to this call reflects how courageous you are in your life. Regardless of how it felt, how it feels, everything that you want to have emerge from inside of you is happening right now. And I'm so touched to be a part of this with you. Thank you so much.
Tenderness. Thank you, Jivandas. Invite us to take a moment and just notice. Notice our experience of ourselves right now, experience of our heart, the tenderness, experience of connection as community here on this Zoom together. And just feel what has shifted in this 50 minutes, 51 minutes together so far. What have you noticed shift in your own experience of yourself, the quality of the mind? And just take a moment and breathe with that. Now imagine being immersed for 4 days in a high, high frequency, surrounded by hundreds of beautiful community members, people committed to this path, and being in the physical presence of an energetic spiritual master, Her Holiness Sai Ma. I've had the blessings over the last 20 years to travel all around the world with Sai Ma, and to see the depth of mastery, of expertise that Sai Ma has to bring and move energy in a way that gives us a direct and tangible experience of ourselves. We can read all the books we wish in the world, and yet when we're with a living, spiritual, luminous master, those experiences become real. That knowledge is transformed into direct experience. Well, this is the opportunity of our event in December. We have our spiritual revolution, the gathering. It's our global gathering. Normally it takes place once a year, but this last year we were in the Kumbh Mela in India. So the last global gathering was in December of 2023. And this morning I was looking at photos of it and I was experiencing that hall. And for those of you who were there, we had hundreds of poinsettias, you may recall, the red, beautiful plants there, and a beautiful stage, and all of us there. And I was reflecting on the vibration and the energy and the quality of the experience. It was just high, 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 so blissful, so expanded. Well, we have an opportunity to come together again in December 4th through the 7th. And it's going to be at a new location. It's called the Westin Cape Coral Resort. It's closer to Fort Myers Airport, outside the Fort Myers area here. It's beautiful there by the mangroves and the water. An opportunity, of course, to visit it. And we have our own event center. So it's just us. You know, there's the hotel and then there's the event center, and it's just going to be us over there. So I wanted to take this moment and invite you to join us. In a few minutes, we'll close with a meditation, but just to invite you to join us and for you to ask yourself the question, you know, are you willing to gift yourself the opportunity of taking 4 days for you? 4 days for you. So that in this transition from 2025 into 2026, we can really immerse ourselves, create our new year, complete what there is to complete, and be supercharged as we go into another year together. I don't know about you, but when I read the news, when I look outside of myself, it can be very despairing. Yes, there are moments of light and expansion, but it's time for us to find that within so that we can be joyful and create an extraordinary year. I mean, what if you imagine with me, like 2026 is the best year of our lives, and not because of or in spite of, but because that's what we get to say. So that's the platform, the foundation that we're going to be creating together. So if you're not already registered for the event, I invite you to register. We'll put the link into the chat. We'll send it to you in an email. We'll have it on a slide and the QR code at the end here. And just be really explicit. There's the tuition for it. It's set at 1,208. for those 4 days immersion, which if you know anything about being with Saima, that's extraordinary value. And we want to make it as accessible to everyone as possible. Our Grand Design members have 50% off. So that's 604. And you can join the Grand Design if you're not already part of that for 108. You can do the math on that. It's a much better deal to join the Grand Design and jump into the event if you want to go that direction. We have great young adult rates. We have some scholarships as well if finances are an issue for you. On the page, there are partial scholarships on the landing page as well. And to, make your plan. Register, figure out your travel, figure out your lodging. There are some 2-bedroom suites left at the hotel, or other people may have reserve rooms. There's other hotels in the area, much lower cost if that's what you need or looking for. My support team will be able to support you with all of that. There are already hundreds of people around the world that have already said yes. So the momentum is happening. It's happening. It's happening. And I'm inviting you to say yes and joining that. So we keep building and building and building this field of energy. So this is the invitation to give yourself that gift, to be with Her Holiness Saima, to be with all of us. All the teachers that spoke today will be there in person, so we can get to be there and be together in person. And I really look forward to being with you if you say yes. And for some reason, if you can't physically be there in person, we will be live streaming the event online. So you can come and join us in person, or you can sign up and join us online as well. So come join the revolution, join the spiritual revolution, the gathering for 4 days at the Westin Cape Coral Resort, December 4th through the 7th. And of course, if you have any questions, any way we can support you, reach out to us. And Heather posted that email address in the chat as well. So having said that, we're going to now take a moment and close in a meditation to really leave us in that tenderness and the sweetness of heart in closing our time here together. So if we're in a place where we can allow the eyes to close, I invite you to do that. And in this profound invitation that is being open to us today, in this movement from fear to love, this is not a one-time choice, right? This is a continuous, courageous choice of how we live our lives. And I'm going to invite now all the teachers to come up with me on Spotlight. So let's spotlight everyone, all the teachers. And just to have this experience of community here of my brothers and sisters on the screen, community of all of you here on Zoom, of our togetherness. And so just taking a few breaths, and let's just dive in to this experience together. Yes, Mary?
Yes, let's all take a deep, deep breath together. Just sigh, allow the body to soften, to move into what's possible, the unlimited possibility we have each moment. The great blessing of remembering who we really are. The great blessing of a living master on this planet at this time. I often wonder, how many lifetimes did I miss this? How long have I longed for this? And here it is, right in front of me, waiting for me, calling me. This precious, precious moment in my lifetime.
take a breath. And as you exhale, soften. Allow the heart to become more tender. Allow yourself to receive all that we are being gifted with, the blessings that are coming to us from Source. With each breath, becoming more open, more tender. Allowing yourself to be accepted. Allowing yourself to be loved. Accepting yourself and accepting that you are accepted. You are loved. Another deep breath, relaxing even more.
Welcoming the blessings of your heart. Acknowledging that your heart is a blessing. Your presence is a blessing. It's a blessing to the planet, to humanity, to life. A blessing. Allowing that vibration, that presence, that love within you to shine as a blessing to all that is.
Every breath, with every movement, and with every moment that passes, we just allow that innate light of our heart to shine. By simply opening, surrendering to this beingness, this self inside of us. We allow ourselves to be transformed. Nothing to do, nothing to work at. We are just being transformed as the light of the heart shines. Our tenderness is revealed. That love that always exists inside of us is revealed. And we welcome this newness of us.
A gentle breath. I'm going to now play a short audio recording that Saima recorded earlier today in preparation for a global transmission that Saima is offering on Saturday. So this Saturday, November 8th, Saima is offering a gifted global transmission. And earlier today, Saima shared this recording. So let's go ahead and listen and feel into the energies that are available to us here as well.
Om Titi Saima. Tomorrow we are meeting physically. I wish to give you a transmission coming from different part of creation, where you exist, where you breathe the breath of life. This coherence from the other you can start bringing into the physical you. Many neutrals are being opened every day. Every day there's a portal. Every night there's another portal. The multi-you is ready to serve you. The multi-you is ready to bring her vibration, its vibration, into your vibration, into your field. The veil is thinning so fast that instantly you can move in that state of you as source. Start to think and feel and experience everything as energy, such as you wish to feel your soul. Your soul is an energy which is part from source, an energy that's come from source. Start to feel. And tonight when you rest, or if you're resting now, listen to these words. And between words and the words themselves are very high energy. Just come out of silence to speak to you. So tomorrow when we meet, you have already started to vibrate as a different frequency. I love you so. Om Jiti Sai.
Just take a nice full breath and sigh. Fear to love, embracing ourselves as energy, allowing our full being we are to radiate more and more in community and together. Deep gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us for these moments, these precious moments together. I invite you to join us on Saturday for the Gifted Global Transmission with Her Holiness Sai Ma. That'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's on our website, sai-ma.com, and we sent out several emails about that as well. And then to invite us for our big global event in December. I don't know if I could put together enough words to speak to the magnitude and the power of what is going to happen there. If I could just sit with each one of you, I could talk for hours about it. So my invitation is just, if you feel and it's in your heart to come, just say yes to that, and I'll see you there. And I know you won't regret it. So come and join us, and I'll see you on Saturday. I honor that divine feminine, and within you, within me. Blessed evening, blessed morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Om JJ Sai Ma.
JJ.